Got a question for you. So what do you do when tough times come? Do you stand and fight? Or do you tuck your tail and run? Sometimes people do things just out of sheer habit. What's your habit? It could be based on what you've seen growing up. It could be based on what you're just used to without having no reason of why you actually do it. So I know some people run, it ain't because they're afraid, it's just because it's habit. And some people fight just because it's habit. That's all they know. And they don't know any other way. So what do you do? What do you do when you're faced with tough issues? What do you do when you're faced with tough times? What do you do when all the chips are stacked up against you? Do you bet on you? Do you continue to bet on you when you're the underdog? Do you continue to bet on you when everything else is going in the opposite direction? When things go left, do you go with them? You have to look at difficulty differently. You have to look at L's differently. You need to turn those losses into lessons. Right? Sometimes you gotta lose the battle for you to figure out another way to win the war. So how do you show up? I mean, it could be something as simple as, do you decide how your day is going to be in the morning? Do you dictate that? Or is that determined by the weather? Is that determined by your spouse? Is that determined by what happened at your job? Is that determined by what you hear on the radio? What is that determined by? So how do you show up? How do you show up at life? How do you show up to tough times? Do you wear it on your face? Do you wear it on your sleeve? You just quote positive affirmations and really don't believe it? Tough times don't last, but tough people do, but you dying on the inside. Like you don't even believe the affirmations that you're telling yourself. Now I'm not saying that anything is wrong with affirmations. What I am saying is that if you're just saying words and you don't believe it in your heart, you're speaking right and you're thinking left and you're just all over the place. So if you believe tough times don't last, but tough people do, and you believe in your heart that it will get better, it has to get better, I'm going to get better, so it has to get better because I'm going to get better. It doesn't matter if my situation gets better. I'll get better and the way I respond to my situation will change. I'll get better and everything around me will have to change because when I change the way that I look at things, the things that I look at will change. And I believe it with every fiber in me. I believe it with everything that's in me. I believe it with everything that's in my heart. So what happens? When things go wrong, do you go with them? When things go left, do you go with them? When you're going through hell, do you stop to take pictures? Are you looking around, sightseeing, knowing that you need to get out of this space that you're in? Do you have a pity party for yourself? Do you lay down and die, or will you get up and fight? Will you rise to the occasion? What will you do? Now, people face with tough times all the time. What is it that you do? Notice your habit. Notice how you think. Notice how you respond. Because we hear it all the time that life is 10% what happens, 90% what you do about what happens. Do you focus on how you think about what happens to you? Because how you think about it determines how you react. And are you just reacting or will you be proactive? Listen, just start with something small. You don't go in the gym and just lift the heaviest weight. Start with something small. Start with deciding what type of day you're going to have in the morning. Decide to have a great day. Like, man, it's 100% chance of having a great day. It doesn't matter what the weather man or woman says. You decide what type of day you're going to have. And if you are the person that sees things get tough, you run, here's what I'll tell you. Quit on quitting. Quit on quitting. Stop quitting everything. Realize that these tough times ain't come to kill you. These tough times ain't come to destroy you. These tough times came to make you tougher. These tough times came to grow you, to build you, to work in your favor. Step on these things and go to the next level. Right? What they say, a setback is a setup for a comeback. So stop quitting everything. Look, it will get better if you get better. In order for things to get better, you have to get better. But it comes from a choice. It comes from a decision that you have to make. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to comment down below. What do you do when things get tough? What do you do when the chips are stacked against you? What do you do when everything seems like it's so far gone that there's no way out? Because there's always a way out. See, if you only focus on the thing that's going wrong, then the only thing that's going to expand is the thing that's going wrong. But if you become a professional problem solver, which a lot of people in life have become, when you become a professional problem solver, then you can focus on a solution, and guess what? Your mind can go to work on getting a solution, getting an answer to the problem. But it's all up to you. What do you want to do? Embrace those things that have come to make you grow. Embrace those things that have came to make you stronger. What do you do when things get tough? How do you move when you're broken? You got to keep on going. You got to learn how to do it when it's tough. Take the good with the bad and keep it going. It's Keon Lomax. Know who you are, know where you came from, and know what you're capable of. Don't give up. Keep going.